In this video I want to show you how you can create custom sidebars for your WordPress site. Now what I mean by custom sidebars is that it's not really a good idea to have the same sidebar on every single page of your website. So for example, on this website here I've got a category called themes, and in that category I will be posting more and more tutorials and tips and advice on various WordPress themes. Wouldn't it be good if in the themes folder, in any article that was in the themes category, had advertising for WordPress themes in the sidebar, for example? Now this theme is one of the Genesis themes that I use. This is the News Pro theme, and what I would like to do is add an advert for the Genesis themes in the sidebar, but only have it appear on the categories page. And we can do this quite easily in WordPress with the help of a plugin. Now there are a number of different plugins. I did previously use one that stopped working. The one that I use at the moment, which is working great, is called Dynamic Widgets, and it's totally free. You can see this is the one here by this company here, QURL. I'm going to install it and activate it. And we've got a settings menu, but we don't really need to go there. If I just show you, I prefer to not go into these settings and just go directly through the appearance widgets. If I open up, oops, that's the secondary. If I open up the primary sidebar, you can see those three widgets there that I could have configured in the dynamic widget settings. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to configure them directly on here because I find that's a lot easier. And what I've done is on my website, I'm opening this in Google Chrome, pressing F12. What I want to do is find out how wide my sidebar is to see what sort of size advert it can cope with. Okay, the sidebar itself is 300 pixels. I can see the dimensions in that pop-up. If I move over to the sort of the block where the widgets are, it's 260 pixels. So I need an advert that is less than 260 pixels. And what I've found is two on Share a Sale of 250 width. And so we're going to try both of these and see what they look like. To add that code, I need to add a text widget, and I'm going to add it just below the search box. Give it a little title. Don't have to give it a title. I could leave that out if I wanted to. And I'm going to paste in the code for the first one, and at the moment I'm going to leave it. Here you can see you've got the dynamic widgets settings, and there's a link to static where you can actually define where you want this to appear. I just want to have a look, see what it's going to look like on the site first, and it should appear just below the search box. There we go, the themes I use, and there's the advert. The other advert, and this is the one I'm probably going to use. I like that first one because it stands out because of the colours. The second one is not so in your face, which can be a good thing, can be a bad thing. There we go. And that talks about the premium WordPress themes. So I may change, I may go from one or the other, but for now I think the first one stands out better. So let's just save that and have another look. Okay, I like that better. I don't like the advert as well. I think the advert is a little weak. What I would particularly like, and what I might design myself, is a banner this sort of size that talks about the responsive WordPress themes, like this one, that actually changes according to the resolution of the browser, so it looks good on mobile devices as well as desktops and laptops. Okay, at the moment, if I click on around the website, that advert is appearing on all the pages. But what I said I was going to do is only have it appear on pages if those pages are in the theme category. And at the moment I've only got one article in the theme category. The other place I would like the advert to show is on the actual category page itself. And the category page, remember, is just the page that lists all the posts within that category. So on this page, and then on the individual posts in the category. Everywhere else I don't want it to appear. So let's have a look and see how we do that. Over on the widget screen, if we open up the widget where we've put the advert, you'll see at the moment it's static. The dynamic widget status is static. That means dynamic widgets isn't controlling the plugin. Sorry, isn't controlling the widget. the widget is appearing on all the sidebars throughout the website. What we can do is we can change that and say only appear on certain pages. We click the static link and we're taken to these settings. And here you can specify individual settings. Now, the easiest way of doing this is to say, click on this link, set all options to no. And that basically says don't appear on any of the pages of the website. Then we can turn on the ones that we want. And the ones I want are single posts in the themes category. So if I open up single posts, the default is set to no, it won't appear on posts, except when those posts occur in the themes category or child categories of themes. The other place I want it to appear is on category pages. Now at the moment you can see it's not appearing on category pages, but I can say except themes and any subfolder of themes. I want it to appear there. And I can just click on save. Now if we go back to the home page, it's not appearing on the home page. Let's go to an article in the tutorials category. It shouldn't appear there, and it doesn't. Let's go to the themes category, and you can see the advert is there now. And let's go to the individual posts in the themes category, and you can see it's there as well. So what we've done is we've basically put this banner only where we want it. Okay, now you have a lot of options with this plugin. However, some of the options don't work particularly well and are experimental. One of the options I'm thinking of in particular is the option to allow the option to allow widgets to only appear on desktop computers or only appear on mobile devices. Now, what I would suggest you do is go over to the plugin website and download the development version. This version here, 1.58, has a few problems. Okay, so download the development version. That will download it to your own computer, and then when you install the plugin, when you go to add new, simply go to upload and then choose file, and then choose it on your hard drive and install that version. And that version is the one that I use on my sites, because the one that you download directly from WordPress does have a few problems. At least that's what I've found. So I would recommend you get that development version. Okay, let me have a look and show you at some of the other options. And I'm going to leave these for you to experiment with. Okay, so I'm not going to actually make changes here, but I will show you some that you should have a look at. Up here, and this is only the development version, it's not in version 1.58, which is the version that's currently supposed to be stable and available. That's not the one. Device. Now you can say show the widget when viewed on all devices, yes, and then you can say except for desktop. Now what will happen then is that it won't show, the widget won't show on desktop computers, but it will show on every other computer, every other device, like mobile devices. Or alternatively, you could say show on all devices except mobile, and then that way a widget will only show on desktop computers but not on mobiles. And the way I've used this is that some of the Amazon adverts that you can get, some of the Amazon widgets, are not mobile friendly and will not appear on mobile devices. So if somebody on a mobile device is viewing a widget that is created with one of these Amazon widgets that doesn't work on a mobile, they'll just get a grey square and no advert. So what I do is I create two widgets, one to be shown on desktops and one to be shown on mobile that is mobile friendly. And depending on whether somebody comes on a desktop or a mobile, this widget will switch them out and I'll end up showing adverts on both devices. You can also have a look at some of the other options here. I'm going to leave you to explore those because I think we've covered enough here. But hopefully now you've got a better idea of how you could use this and insert adverts in specific areas of your website. And I do think this is a benefit for Google as well, because Google do not like the same sidebar on every single page of a website. It seems to show that whoever's created the website doesn't really have that much control, and they're just setting up as default methods, setting up a default sidebar and so on, and not taking the effort to try and change it to give the visitor to the website the best user experience. So have a go, try and create custom sidebars for different areas of your website, and that can include text as well. I mean, you could include For example, in this tutorials section, what I could do is find some RSS feeds for WordPress tutorials on different sites and include in the tutorials category and on posts in the tutorials categories links to other WordPress tutorials around the web. And I would only have it in those categories and posts in that category, not in the others. So there are lots of ways you can do it, and I think it's well worth the effort.